Unbelievable, man. Dude, I got a massive fish right off the bat. Alright, so this is the first intro I'm ever going to film at my house, because when I went to film the intro this morning, I did it in time lapse, so it was humming at 100 miles an hour, man. So I couldn't use it. So, alright, so we're going to do it here. So today, I'm Alex from Amped Up Outdoors, and Adam is probably at home eating dinner by now. But we're going to go fish a dam at probably one of our favorite bodies of water ever. So we're gonna go out and just fish some crappie jigs, swim baits, whatever we got in our tackle box, man. We've been doing a lot of blanking lately, catching some fish, just not a lot of content worthy stuff lately. So we're just gonna fish, man. We're gonna bring everything in the tackle box and see what we get. So, and what I will say is, since today already happened, that this is probably one of the most memorable trips ever, and I have plenty. I've been fishing a long time, my whole life, thanks to my dad and granddad, but I've been fishing my whole life, and I have a lot of memorable trips. I'm fortunate enough to have caught some pretty cool fish, but today, it may take the cake, man. It was pretty special. It was pretty crazy, it was just one of those days, man, and that's why we're out there. That's why we do it, So fisherman to fisherman, I hope you guys enjoy it. See ya. So for starters, I'm just gonna go simple this morning. And I'm going to throw a little 3-inch gulp minnow on a jig. Trying to go a little bit bigger. I got my panfish box here where I got all my assortment of jigs by weight, and then ones with underspins to cast, and so on and so forth. And then I got a bunch of soft plastics and stuff, bunch of panfish assassins and all kinds of soft plastic baits and stuff in the little panfish box, mini crankbaits and stuff like that. But I'm going to start off with the gulp, man. Just a 3-inch gulp minnow on a jig. There's a lot of moving water here, so this is like a perfect spot to get a little bit of flow, a little bit of current, move the bait around. So this little teeny 3-inch minnow is just going to look like a isolated bait fish, kind of moving about. So we're rigged up, man, and we're gonna go cast it into the dam. All right. So we got the little jig running, man. I'm gonna fish this jig for a little while this morning, just because there's walleye in here, and there's some bigger fish. There's some rockfish, and there's all kinds of stuff in here. So I'm gonna start with a little bit bigger jig as opposed to some of the smaller stuff I would typically use when I'm pan fishing. More so to try to catch something that I don't typically catch, because here in Maryland we don't have too many spots with walleye in it. No, you're good, dude. That's perfect, man. I'm coming up to the left of you. Oh, I'm on it. I got a massive fish right off the bat. I got a massive fish. Right off the bat on the jig. Yeah, I definitely need a net, man. Yep, I got you. Got something good. It's a really big fish, Adam. It's a really big fish. Holy shit. Unbelievable. He's coming over to you.
Dude, this fish is huge, man. Oh my God. What is it?
Pike. Dude, that's pike.
Is it a pike?
Yeah.
How big?
Dude, that's a nice pike. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Take your time.
I am. I'm just nursing it. Unbelievable, man. Dude, I got a massive fish right off the bat. On light line, man. I mean, my line's so light. And I'm really not trying to, I'm just trying to nurse this thing. I can't put too much pressure on it because my line is so light.
For 5 minutes.
5 minutes, man. First fish, and this thing is huge, dude. I mean, this thing is peeling drag. Dude, this is insane. I can't lose this fish. Dude, this is crazy, man. I'm like losing my mind, dude. This fish is huge. This fish is huge, man. This fish is huge. Look at this thing just peel this drag right now. I wish he hit my swim bait on my bigger rod. I can't believe this. This will be my biggest fish that's not a carp on light tackle if I can land it. I mean, look at the swirls, man. This thing is huge. This fish is huge. It's putting my angling skills to the test too, man, because I've really got to, every time that thing shakes, I'm like losing my mind. I can't lose this fish. Oh my God!
Come on, baby. Come on. Amped up!
Amped up, baby. Amped up. Yeah, we're breaking out the slump if I can catch this thing, man. This fish is not little. This fish is big. It's a big fish. He's coming over to you, Adam. It's my first muskie. Can you get it? That's my first muskie. That's my first muskie. That's a northern. It's a big ass northern. Dude, that is a massive northern pike. I just landed a massive northern pike on a crappie jig. Amped up outdoors, baby. Look at the size of that northern, man. Unbelievable, dude. Within the first 5 minutes. I did think it was a muskie, but that thing's
heavy.
It's heavy, dude.
It is heavy as balls.
Oh my God, man. On the crappie jig. On the crappie jig. And look at the size of this northern, man. Unbelievable. That northern is huge. We are gonna get this thing unhooked and we're gonna, that's redemption, man. I lost one up in the main stretch, but boy did I get one on the crappie jig today, baby. Look at the size of this fish. Dude, this thing is huge. On the crappie jig, man. On the one
Pike love crappie jigs.
I love them, man.
Pike love them.
Oh my God. Oh man, so that's, yeah, I'm not gonna outdo that, man. That's that first fish magic, man. And goodness gracious, man, I've lost so many big fish lately, and that's kind of why we haven't been posting too much content. You on? Yeah, there is some snags in here, but yeah, I lost the. We'll cut to some footage of me losing a big pike at Triadelphia. I lost a big one in the cove, and we'll cut to that, and then I'll tell you why this fish means so much to me. Right off the bat, baby, with the crankbait. Oh, that's a nice fish. Adam, I got a diesel. Oh man, I got a nice fish. Right off the bat with that crankbait. I can't lose this thing. This thing is huge. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Please, 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 please. Oh, it's my PB. It's my PB. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Come here. I need you, dude. No, no, no. Oh. Oh. I'd do anything to have another shot at that, man. Dude, that pike was every bit of 35, 40 inches long, man. First cast on the square bill in this spot. That pike was every bit 35, 40, and I missed it. I missed it. And the reason why that fish means so much to me is because, once again, I lost my PB a week or two ago, and it was tough, man. The only bite I had all day was that one big pike that day, and missed them. And then we come down here and fishing the crappie jig, man. Just a 3-inch gulp minnow. The reason why that's so effective because this whole area is just water's swirling every which direction, man. There's so much movement of water that, you know, you can easily catch anything under the sun on that little 3-inch bait, man. It's crazy. The swim baits would do really well. I'm probably going to throw some swim baits at some point, but I'm going to keep fishing the crappie jig. So I was really just trying to nail some, you know, bigger perch or walleye or something like that. And sure enough, man, I land my PB crappie on a little teeny jig like that, which is crazy, man. I mean, on this light line, 4-pound mono, man, you really gotta go easy on it. Really gotta go easy on it, but sure enough, man, unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a trip. It kind of just made the trip, you know. One fish like that made the trip. So we're gonna stay. I mean, we just got here, you know. That was within the first half hour. First 10 minutes of fishing, and I got that bite. So we're gonna keep on keeping on. So that wraps up that trip. I guess just a quick recap. A couple dink bass. We're not even gonna put any of that stuff in there because really, like, the first fish was the fish to, you know, watch. I mean, come on now. Crazy, man. I finally righted that wrong. As I showed in that previous footage, fishing this particular reservoir, like, I hooked a massive pike and I lost it. And then today we're coming out just getting warmed up on the crappie jig, and sure enough, man, boom, within, what was it, third cast?
Third cast.
Yeah, third cast,
and
man.
Here for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and
really.
Boom.
It went under, and then, you know, here we are. And once I hooked on it, man, I knew it was big. Didn't know what it was because, you know, the funny thing about fishing here is, I mean, I fished here a good bit targeting big species, and then summer came, so it's not the best time to target pike and muskie. Not saying that you can't catch them, but you know, they're cold water species, and you shouldn't really be fishing for them in the warmer weather months. Pro tip. But nonetheless, man, I mean, I've caught, like, man, I caught a walleye, a really nice walleye. I caught a smallie, a largemouth, caught a yellow perch, and then the pike. So my first 5 fish have all been different species. So when I hooked into that pike, I didn't know what it was at this point in time. I was like, dude, it could have been a rockfish, it could have been, you know, muskie, it could have been a pike, which it was. Could have been anything, you know, maybe a bigger walleye, but, you know, I was fishing on 4-pound mono and a crappie jig. So I couldn't really horse the fish. I had to loosen up on the drag, let it do its runs, and eventually, man, my man Adam got it in the net, man, and he's netted some special fish for me, dude. And it's always like adrenaline rush right at the end. It's like, dude, like, is it gonna get to the net or not? Is that jig gonna go flying out, you know? And it didn't. It went in the net, and I was just so fortunate to be able to take some pictures with that and send that thing back on its way, because that was truly a trophy fish, man. A little over 40 inches long. Didn't get a weight on it, but probably over 10 pounds.
The weight on it, as soon as I picked it up,
was heavy.
It was heavy.
Yeah, it's probably, I'm guessing, I mean, he's a little fat. I mean, it could have been 12, 13 possibly, but we'll call it like 10, 11 pounds. But yeah, 41 inches long. Big fish, man. Just absolute big fish. Just crazy, man. I mean, like, I wasn't even fully awake yet. You know, my coffee hadn't even kicked in, and I'm over here drags, peeling wheels, man. I couldn't even believe it. It was just insane. So, yeah, this is just one of those videos, man. It just takes one fish. That's it, man. So, instead of clogging up the video with a bunch of little things and stuff like that, we're not going to do it. We're just going to leave it to the one, and that's it. So, till next time, Amped Up Outdoors.
Get some crappie jigs.
Get some crappie jigs, because you just never know what you're going to catch with a crappie jig. That's true. Like, honestly, if you fishing crappie jigs, like, you just don't know. I mean, it's, you know, minnow. Everything ain't a minnow. So go grab some crappie jigs, grab some whatever, toss them on a float, man, and have some fun. So see you guys.